think the reason that none of you guys want to talk about the fact that you want to oil up a little old bald man's head and then smack it real hard at a real quick velocity is because you're scared, and that's all right. Sometimes I just start talking and I don't know what I'm gonna say.
And what after that?
Hey, this says Red's heart apple, but what if it said?
What if it said?
What if it said? What if it said I'm? What if it,
Remember when you let that shit slide? Yeah, you thought we forgot, huh? She was very charismatic.
All right, and what can I get for the kids tonight?
Go on, tell him. Tell him what you want.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, one Americano, you just tap right there.
Where do I tap?
Oh, just right there.
Where? About?
I just
So?
right-
Anywhere? Anywhere?
Yeah, I just down there. Okay.
Oh, it's not working. It must be free today.
Oh my God, you're too clever. That's killed me.
My autistic BFA fork.
No! Put it back! There's a small one in there!
Picture day was coming up and me and my daughter practiced how to smile. I said, how are you going to smile, Nyla? She said like this, like this, And I just got the pictures back today. I just got the pictures back. Which one of you ratchet-ass photographers did this to my baby? Why did y'all make her pose like this? What is this? I don't understand.
Leaders, let's talk about it. Thank you so much for your question. I truly appreciate it. In a previous TikTok, I mentioned that I don't... Hong Kong. But where are you going? In a previous TikTok, I mentioned that I don't...
This one's for all the bad bitches in the back! What's up? I'm in the back. I'm bad bitches. This is for the bad bitches in the back, baby. What's up? I'm in the back. It's still me, bad bitch.
What's he building in there?
Put your head on my
Is your family accepting of your LGBTQ lifestyle?
I'm a man of the land. I'm into discipline. Got a Bible in my hand and a beard on my chin.
I'm gonna only say this and I'm not even gonna elaborate. Nothing is worse than being with a man who thinks he's smarter than you. Thank you.
I think y'all better leave this place, 'cause I'm about to catch a case. Bro, you are not fighting demons. You are bisexual. You ain't fooling no one, sweater weather. Don't nobody give a damn if you like a little show tune. Be real with yourself.
Every bitch can't be your son. Nikki, I didn't mean...
How could you say that to the Nicki Minaj?
People gotta start making it harder for me to get on their roofs. It's too easy. Because I'm up here. There's like a 30-foot drop on the side, and they can't do anything about it. I'm just chilling.
What the fuck, dude?
Wait.
Oh, wait.
Some of you would rather top a twink than stop and think.
Tonight you're falling in love. Let me go now. This feeling's tearing me up. Here we go. Now she does it like this, will you do it like that? Now she touches like this, will you touch her like that? Now if she moves like this, will you move it like that? Come on, shake, shake. Because tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind.
Fellas, I need to tell you something.
I think I'm homosexual, and also I'm addicted to cocaine. Fellas, I need to tell you something. I think I'm homosexual, and also I'm addicted to cocaine.
Get out of my sandwich. No.
Ah! What? What the hell? What's wrong with you? Sex! What? Sex!
Random disclaimer. Hey, don't do anything that I say in this song, okay? It's fucking fiction.
Oh! Oh my God! It's a double cover! No, no,
I jump into the bloody bottoms is underneath, cause all my niggas got it. Just do it, that shit thing you do. So you grab the girls and you grab a couple more, and you all can meet me in the middle of the floor. So the air is thick, it's smelling right. So you pass to the left and you sail to the right. You feel it, baby, don't make you lose your mind. Yeah, we just wanna see you shake that.
Wait, Jordan.
What?
Why did the ghost go to the bar?
Why?
To get a lot of booze.
I'm dead.
Jordan is trading her focaccia bread for a printer right now.
People say shit like, oh, capitalism drives innovation. No, lesbians do.
Leave me the fuck alone. Actually, I fucking hate everything in my fucking life. You don't know what the fuck I've been through. Please stop. Stop.
If I fly racist flag, why I called racist? Explain that, Libshark.
Shady. No, I'm being serious. It's very simple and in your face. It's just like, hey, girl, shut the fuck up. I ain't gotta explain shit to you.
I don't wanna smile if it ain't from you, yeah. I know we be so complicated. Loving you sometimes drive me crazy.
Getting fucked up tonight. We gon' fuck up tonight. See fire. Until you see stars. Until you elevate. Until you meet that. I feel like falling in love. I'm in the mood to fuck something up. 'Cause we gon' fuck up tonight.
We went from several generations of hardworking Americans to a bunch of young fucking wussies who live at home with their moms until they're fucking 31 and
See, here in America, we don't live in a police state. It's for authoritarian regimes like Syria.
People here don't have to wait in line for food. That only happens in communist countries like Cuba.
We're in Venezuela. Their elections are rigged. But over here, they're free and fair.
The Russian government interferes in foreign elections. The US government would never do such a thing.
Our government surveillance is for our safety and protection. Not like communist China.
The North Korean government brainwashes its own people. That would just never happen.
Oh my god, the leftists and the liberals, they're never tolerant of my beliefs. Oh, that kind of sucks. Like, what kind of stuff do you believe in? I am literally in the Ku Klux Klan. This is not, I'm in the Ku Klux Klan. This isn't a joke. I'm an anointed member of the fucking Ku Klux.
I detect a little communism. I can see donuts.
Now, if this kind of thing doesn't upset you, then it really should. Because I know a lot of us have been told in the past that companies actually have no choice but to throw out food, because if they were to donate it and someone were to get sick, they could be held legally liable. And as it turns out, that's not true at all. In 1996, Bill Clinton signed into law the federal Bill Emerson Good Samaritan Food Donation Act, which basically states that if you make a good faith donation of what appears to be good quality food, you cannot be held to civil or criminal liability. So this myth that restaurants or grocery stores can't donate their extra food because they might get sued if someone gets sick is nonsense. They're just trying to cover up the fact that the real reason they won't donate this food is because it would cost a few extra dollars and a few extra man hours to do so. And they don't want to cut into their tremendous profits enough to do that. Now, it's very important to note that the individual employees who are throwing away this food are not at fault. The fault comes to the executives who won't institute a corporate-wide donation policy.
Something Malcolm X once said was, don't be in a hurry to condemn him because he doesn't think as fast as you think or know what you know.
There was a time when you didn't know what you know today. And I bring that up because I think a lot of you need to understand the difference between a well-meaning liberal and a liberal who actually knows what being a liberal continues to be one. Especially young liberals want to be radicalized, and they don't know that they can go further left than being a liberal. They don't even know what socialism is. But by definition, they don't even know what capitalism is. If the first impression a young liberal gets from leftists is that they're condescending, mean people, then of course the first thing they're gonna think is maybe this is not the movement for me. You were once a liberal too. Like, I know you were. Nobody came out of the womb a communist. So where do you get off making fun of well-meaning children?
Don't laugh. Jack. Don't. Oh, damn. Jack.
Never in the history of propaganda has a bald eagle wielding a machine gun been the least chaotic part of an image.
First things first. What? Give me 4 more years. Yeah. What comes next? What? Liberal tears.
I detect a little communism. I can see it in the things you do.
Yeah, and when we're looking at these types of like multifaceted issues, I think it's really important to think about like what lens we're sort of looking at this through, right? Because it's like the solution is then also going to have to be multifaceted. And so when we're like thinking about these
debate around whether or not canceling student debt is fair actually reveals a much larger problem with US culture. And that's that we've been conditioned to believe that life in the US should be hard. It should be difficult. And that is somehow a good thing. Like, I've seen so many people online be like, canceling student debt is unfair, and then they will go on to describe their shitty life in the US as if that's how things should be. This country doesn't provide higher education, it doesn't provide healthcare, housing, paid family leave, and a number of other things that other wealthy nations give to its citizens. Then it's sold back to us like it's actually good that you don't have things because then you get the chance to work for them. You get the privilege of getting to struggle to survive in the US, and you better be grateful for that opportunity because that's what freedom costs. And people just, they just fucking eat that shit up. Really think about that for a second. The wealthiest nation in the history of humanity has successfully convinced like a decent percentage of its people that life should be hard, you're not gonna get any help, and you don't deserve any help. And you know what? That's a good country. Thank God we don't have propaganda here in the US, am I right?
I met a 9-year-old in 2020, and one of the first things he told me about himself was that he had an anger problem. I said, who told you that? Everybody. I said, honestly, man, you're probably just passionate, and they don't know how to handle that. Schools were shut down in the beginning of the school year, so I walked with him to the school so they can get information about virtual learning. And I could tell by the way the teachers were treating him that he had a reputation. They were short with him, accused him of losing his papers. We started a virtual learning lab at the block, so kids were coming to our building all day for their virtual learning. I remember seeing this kid in his virtual learning class with his hand up for 3, 4, 5 minutes, waiting to be called on by the teacher. And hearing the teacher call on other people, go back to instruction, continue to call on other people, and not call on this kid. He starts to fidget, he waves his hand, he calls out, and then finally he closes his laptop and walks off. I'm thinking maybe that teacher didn't see him, so I get him calmed down and back to class. So fast forward a year to go back to school in person. I see him outside in the first week of school and he looks mad. Fist clenched, stomping his feet, cussing. 9-year-olds put together strings of cuss words that don't make any sense. I said, hey man, what's going on? He said, I'm about to get in trouble. Why? Because I was bad. I was bad in school. Why you say you were bad? I was in class and I had my hand up. And my teacher wouldn't call on me. She would look at me and then call on somebody else. And they get the answer wrong, and she'd look at me again and call on somebody else. I know she saw me, Mr. Cannon, because she was looking at me, and I knew the answer. But she didn't call on me. I got mad, and I slammed my fist on the table. She called my mom, and I'm going to be in trouble when I get home. And honestly, I wasn't sure what to say. What he described to me was a feeling of disrespect from an adult in a place where he should be nurtured. Once a kid gets branded as disrespectful within our systems, it's like the entire system agrees that they can treat them however they want. And it's so easy for kids to be labeled as disrespectful when they don't aspire to assimilate to the dominant culture. Everything they do gets viewed through a malicious lens, and they get treated as if they're malicious. And they respond however they respond to disrespect, and the snowball, the cycle continues. And I find that the system is often so convinced of its rightness that the only way for kids to succeed once they've been labeled negatively is to learn how to cope with disrespect from adults. And when you think about it, that might just be a function of our education system. Teach kids of color and kids with different abilities how to cope with disrespect from authority figures. Because if they learn how to cope with it as kids in schools, they'll know how to cope with it at work, in the government, in all aspects of their lives. And so the way we view and treat people who don't come from the dominant culture never has to change.
It's Wednesday afternoon. Moments ago, Congress released emails sent by Trump's hand-picked health advisor. On May 30th, he sent an email ordering the censorship of a press release warning minorities were going to be hit hard by COVID. On June 30th, he attacked a doctor for going on TV and telling people to wear masks. On July 3rd, he emailed his staff to stop Dr. Fauci from talking to the press and said, "Who cares if it infects young people?" On July 4th, he emailed scientists to promote a scientifically disproven theory that it's a good thing for infants, kids, teenagers, and young people to get the virus to develop herd immunity.